Welcome to tune in to Path to Purpose interview show, where we share our inspiring and insightful stories how we found our calling. My name is Katja, and today I'm here with Anne Raak from Norway. She is a brand pioneer from the Visionary Branding Academy, and she helps spiritual entrepreneurs to identify the unique concept and stand out through their brand. And she's also organizing retreats at John of God's Casa de Dom Inacio, hopefully I pronounced that correct, in Brazil. So let's dive into Anne's fascinating journey. So welcome, Anne. It's so lovely to have you here. So let's talk about your journey first. Like, how did you end up doing what you are doing now? Was there a special event that led you to this path?
Yes. Hello, Katja. It's very nice to be here. And hello, everyone out there. Well, briefly, I started out as a homeopathic doctor in 1984 at the age of 26. And it's almost 40 years ago. And then I further educated as a coach, psychotherapist, group therapist, and a facilitator of astrology and numerology. So that was the start. And in July 2010, I was sitting on the terrace in my garden in Norway, and I was reading a magazine. It was a magazine from a book club, and the book of the month was called John of God. I've never heard of that man, but I read the article. And I read about a miracle man in Brazil that performed miraculous operations and healings. And a profound peace fell over me. And a little voice whispered, "You should go."
Wow.
And I replied, "Why?" And the voice said, "To work." And it came completely out of the blue. I didn't understand, and I decided to let it go. So half a year later, I visited John of God's Casa de Dom Inacio in Brazil for the first time. 1 year after, winter 2012, I brought the first group from Norway. And then in November 2014, I experienced a healing miracle that changed my life. I experienced many miracles at that place, but that miracle changed my life. And I want to share briefly what happened.
Yeah, please do. And first of all, I just want to acknowledge, like it's so interesting how we get these like hints. For example, you just reading there in your garden and in Norway, far away from Brazil, and then hearing this calling, like, I got to go, and first like, nah, and then like saying yes to the calling that you feel inside, and like, okay, I will go. And then I can't wait to hear what happened next. Like, can you share a little bit more about your personal experience, like the miracle that you experienced at the Turn of God Casa?
Yeah. So I'm sitting in the garden at Casa de Dom Inacio, and I'm meditating. And I'm asking for guidance. So I ask, is the karma with my mother over? And that's another story. But we had a very challenging relationship. She was mentally ill. She was a negative person and a martyr. She blamed everyone. I felt rejected, unloved, and unsupported. And so I asked, is karma with my mother over? And then I heard this voice, very distinct. Do you know how powerful you are? You have always felt like your mother was a burden, that you had to save her, that you had to save the world. And it felt like a sacrifice all your life. But do you know how powerful you really are? Do you know that you have the power to save your mother, heal the relationship, and contribute to save the world? And it was a complete turnaround, and I went from victim to power to victory, you know, because I was a victim. Yeah. And then I surrendered more, and I felt like it was very powerful, soothing, loving, feminine presence. And the sense of roses filled the air, and it was no roses nearby. So I surrendered and asked, is the karma with my mother over? And then I got this message. When back in Norway, call your mother weekly, tell her you love her until the relationship is healed. And I objected, never. I haven't seen her for 10 years. She's in a psychiatric ward. Now it's her turn to call me, and I don't love her. I never loved her. I even hated her. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. More silence, and the voice insisted. When back in Norway, call your mother, tell her you love her until the relationship is healed. So I surrendered more, and then the miracle happened, because it was like the past was washed away. It dissolved. It was washed away. It was like a burden was lifted from my shoulders, and I saw straight into her pure, innocent soul. And I felt peace and unconditional love. And I got my power back.
Wow, that is so powerful story. Thank you for sharing that, because I'm sure many can resonate with the relationships that we have that can be challenging, and how easy it is to then like somehow give our own power away and claim like, oh, this happens to me, and go into that victim mentality, and then not really recognizing your own power and your own capacity to heal. And I love like how you shared, like the voice just told me again.
Yeah.
Go back to Norway.
And then what happened? Went back in Norway 1 week after. In Norway. So then 1 week after, I called my mother after 10 years at that psychiatric ward, and I just said, hello, it's Anne. I just called to say that I love you. And I did that regularly until the relationship was healed. And half a year later, she died peacefully. Yeah.
Well,
so it was perfect time.
Yeah. It was kind of like you really worked through the karma in this life, like healing whatever there was, because sometimes we carry these things for many, many lifetimes. We play relationships in different forms, and now you were able to clear and heal and empower yourself to step up and come through those shadows. Like somehow I get the image of being shadowed by somebody and really being healed and standing out. And because you have here a purpose, and that's something you want to now support others to do this. Of course, everyone have our own unique journeys and unique ways to experience, but really like standing out, because it is time for us to shine our light and share our gifts. That is why we came here.
Yes, that's why we came here.
So one of the part is that you organize these journeys, these travels to Gen of Gods to experience the, how I would say, the first step on this journey, like the healing. But I know then that you do even more than that, and you help then the actual practical things afterwards, like, okay, what comes next? And like, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, how can you stand out? And you do the work in your Visionary Branding Academy. So you share a little bit more about that work you do as well. Like, what happens next? Like, where do these people, when you have healed something so deep and you are feeling like, yay, I'm free, I can now be there and share my light. But then it's kind of like, okay, what do I do? So what do you do? How do you help these spiritual entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so that's a story too, you know, because I was, in my life, I was invisible. I didn't learn how to stand out in Norway. No one talked about that. Get a website and an office, you know, and I was just like all the other coaches, and I was invisible. And I was invisible because I didn't feel good enough, felt good enough, and I suffered from social anxiety from the age of 26. So that's why it's so important for me to help spiritual entrepreneurs to get visible. So that it's about branding, how to stand out, how to identify your unique concept, because you're here for a reason, because you have a life purpose and a unique potential. And that's so important, and especially in this industry, healing industry, because many people seems look the same in a way, and you need to go, you know, be very, very specific, especially about the transformation you provide. We all provide transformations.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, why I started Visionary Branding Academy at the age of 58. So it was another crisis, half a year after my mother died. I was fired from a part-time job. I had to figure out, okay, if I should retire or start something new.
Yeah.
And then I realized I haven't even started. No, it's time to go out internationally in English. And then I started my own business, Visionary Branding Academy. So the retreats is part of the branding.
Yes.
It's all about going from invisible to successful pioneers.
Wonderful. I just love that, because it is, yeah, I can see how these journeys to Gen of Gods are part of the package, so-called.
Yeah, yes.
It helps to do the inner work, and then you do also, like, you have the specific formula. And I think that's a very unique way as well, how you help people with branding, because I know a lot about branding. I know a lot of people who do branding, but there was something about you and your way to do it that was like, oh wow, that is super interesting. So could you share a little bit more about that?
Yes, it's my visionary approach. And you know, as I told you, I've been a facilitator of astrology and numerology for 40 years. And I'm passionate about astrology and numerology. You know, always researching, and yeah. So Well, I learned branding. I went to the United States. I learned about branding and marketing. And I had to find my unique concept because I had decided to go out online. And then, you have to be very specific about your message. And it took me nearly 1.5 years to figure it out. I felt that the branding, I learned it was like it was traditional. It was, for me, it felt generic, too generic, too broad. They asked me, okay, who do you want to work with? Okay, who? Yes, that's an important question, of course, start to narrow it down. And then I learned you need to sell yourself. And your ideal client is yourself 5 or 10 years ago. And then I realized, if I need to sell myself, if my ideal client is myself 5 years ago, I need to brand myself from the inside and out, and not looking after the answer out there, like who do you want to work with? So it catapulted me into this research process for myself, just to find out, what's my purpose, and what is my unique gifts, and how should I convey that concept and message. And then I had a lot of inspirations when walking in the mountains in Norway in silence for days. I had these inspirations about astrology and numerology, like, the soul number, it's your soul's deepest motivation. But the soul's deepest motivation, that's the vision. And that's my vision. So if I translate, the soul number energy into the vision, it's very, very clear. And then I thought, okay, I always felt like I'm an artist, like, maybe I'm an author, maybe I'm an artist, maybe I should do that instead of working with people. And okay, so I call it manifestation number. It's I don't remember what it is in traditional numerology because I put my own names.
Yeah.
It's a destiny number. And mine is 3, and it's like, okay, I need to express myself with words, and it's about expressing creativity. But the soul's motivation is transformation. It's healing. It's to transform and heal and change. And that's why I need to work with people. That's why I'm in this healing industry, transformation industry, of course. And the way I need to go out is creative, even more than I do, like doing being nearly like maybe singing, more creative, because that's my style. And then I don't have to, to try to do something. It's a lot of marketing gurus out there, and this fear of missing out. You need to do that, and you need to do this. But when you know your potential and what I call your effortless marketing style, then when you stick to that and you find something that resonates with your way of doing it, your style, you prevent burnout and overwhelm. So that's one part. So, I have these inspirations, and then I developed and designed the brand clarity formula. So it's a combination of astrology and numerology. And I translate, ordinary branding into visionary branding for spiritual entrepreneurs.
Wow.
Because it's about aligning with your purpose. So it's for spiritual entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love that. I actually got chills when you said how you got the download of the what you are here to do, and
Yeah.
how all the pieces, all those messages kind of came together. And like I was just listening and I was like, wow, it makes so much sense that you are doing what you are doing, because
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
combination of all those, like creativity, working with the words, helping in transformation. That's what you are doing. So
Mm,
it's
mm,
so beautiful and powerful
yeah.
and so interesting as well, because I believe there are so much information that is available for us, but some of them are hidden in a way though. So you need to sometimes get some support and help from people like Anne, to discover those messages that are there, like numerology and astrology. Those are all the messages that are available for us. But then sometimes we need somebody to interpret what does it really mean. And
Yes, and I break it down, we start like in ordinary branding, you need to have a message. Okay, I help your ideal, your ideal client, my ideal client, to result, the transformation process you provide, and your vision. So I break it down.
mm,
And we go into this, the astrological and numerological energies and translate it. So it's a guide.
yeah,
And it's better to have a guide when you're in a foreign city.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, than no guide. So it works like magic, actually. So I have a Build Your Brand Kickstarter package, because I found out, I'm best at starting. I'm an initiator, and I'm
Mm,
very good at this. To help people to believe in themselves and to get started.
yeah.
So yeah.
So what would be actually get started? Because now if somebody's listening this and they are like, okay, yes, I want to get started, of course, connecting with you, and I will put all your contact information
Yeah,
comments
that's good.
below so it's easy to access.
Mm-hmm.
So what would
Perfect.
be also the first step for people beside connecting with you if they are now like, oh, I definitely want to contact you, Anne, but also where do I start? What can I do now to start standing out more?
Yeah, I think if you're an entrepreneur, and especially if you want to go online, you need to build a brand.
Mm,
That's what I believe in, and you need to stand out even more than you think.
mm,
Yeah, because if you say I'm a healer, it's nothing for me. Words like I'm a healer, clairvoyant, heart, it's like, okay, but it doesn't
yeah,
mean anything if you don't explain what kind of healer you are and what it is about your heart. And you need to go deeper,
mm,
and to your speciality, your specific way of doing it. So that's important, and this is where the brand clarity formula, the chart, because it's customized and it's just one of you.
mm.
It's just one of you,
Wow.
and that's the most important. It's just one of you, and you have
Yeah.
your speciality. You have to nail it to stand out.
Yeah. And I love that, like just discovering who you already are. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
you need to change yourself or do this. It's just allowing your true expression come forward. It's just
Yes, yes.
discovering what was the mission that you agreed. Well, I believe that
Mm,
we have plans before we were
mm,
born and we just kind of forget that on the way, and then
yeah.
we're now here to discover it again, and like then
Mm,
having this kind of help is like, okay, having the map, having the guideline. And
yeah.
so now if somebody's like, yay, I want to start, and what do I do? Like, so do you have a special offer or invitation where people can start getting to know you and your work more?
Yeah, I have this free ebook, and it's about the healing miracle at Casa de Inacio. I have an ebook too, another ebook too, but I have to translate it from Norwegian, so it's not available at the moment. But the English ebook, it's free, and so you can learn how you can get access to healing and divine intervention.
That's beautiful.
And also, I invite you to a free strategy session. It could be a brand clarity session or a retreat clarity session, or both.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can help you to get clarity about your dreams and visions, what prevents you from realizing your dreams, and see if you can make a plan.
Wow.
Yeah, how you can succeed. Yes. So it could be branding, it could be a retreat, it could be both.
Yeah.
You decide. You decide.
Yeah. It's just, and I think there is the keyword is clarity. Like when we get the clarity, okay, what is the next step? It's much easier to do that next step when we know what it is.
Yeah.
And like having the clear vision when we are moving forward, like starting to see the destination where we are heading.
Yes, yes, yes. That's the keyword. It's clarity.
Wow, thank you so much, Anne. Do you have any final words, any message that you still want to share? This has been such a powerful interview, and I could keep talking with you all day, but we need to wrap this interview up. But I would like to give you a chance to share a final message with the people who are watching this.
Yes, so it's your time to shine. It's time for us. And it brings me nearly to tears when I say it. Yeah.
Wow.
Because you were born to make a difference. I was born to make a difference. We were all born to make a difference because we're spiritual entrepreneurs, and it's time for us. And the world needs our contribution.
Wow.
To raise the consciousness of humanity, to save the planet. That's what it's all about. And that's my mission. That's my vision.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about for me. And my mission is to help you succeed. My mission is to help you to stand out, so you can shine your light. And together we can make it.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. It was very touching, and it really, like, when we connect to that heart, and I know you have a huge heart to help others, and it's kind of like, it's time now. Like, the world is ready, and if there is any blocks, anything, it can be healed. And Anne is one of the examples of the healing that can take place. And because it is time for us to shine, and it is, yes, we have been going through a lot of things, just like past lives, but it is time now to take the next steps and really start sharing your gifts here. So thank you, Anne, that you are already sharing your gifts, and you are helping so many people to sharing their more and more visible way, and really standing out so that they can do the work that they came here to do. So I thank you so much for this time together, and I'm just thank you for watching this episode. And if you want to subscribe to this channel to get the information when new episodes comes, please do so. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Stay well and stay blessed. Bye for now.
Stay well and stay blessed. Bye for now.
Bye.